Hey guys, it's me again Nilima. Welcome to our channel about technology. Today in this video I'm going to explain you the difference between data and information. Most of the people are confused between the terms data and information and use it interchangeably. But don't you think we must use it appropriately? In the final session of this video, we have lots of interesting facts regarding data and information. So please guys, watch it till the end. Now let's get started. So, what is data? Data is a raw, unanalyzed, unorganized, unrelated, and uninterrupted entity. It can be understood as the facts that relates or specifies the existence of something. But it is hard to understand the raw data as it do not have any context, hence no meaning. It is derived from the Latin word datum, which means something given. So anything that is considered as the input for a data processing system, like any device, human brain, software, anything, is the data, which is further processed and stored as information. That adds a meaning to the data. If we understand the data in the reverse order, it is the information which has been converted in more raw form to transfer it in a convenient way. Data can exist in multiple forms such as numbers, letters, set of characters, images, graphics, etc. However, a computer, an electronic device, works on the binary language and transfer data in the stream of bits, that is, streams of zeros and ones. So the measuring units for the data are bits, nibble, byte, kilobyte, megabyte, etc., which we will further discuss in the next slide. Everything has a specific lifetime. For example, the data concerning a traditional technology will get less valuable when it is replaced by a new technology. So, data deteriorates as time passes. The following chart shows the various units of data and their conversion. These are the various units, size of the units in bytes, and this is the decimal equivalent of the units. Now, what is an information? Processed data is information which is accurate, systematic, understandable, relevant, and timely. It is derived from the French verb informere, which means to inform. Information comes from the processing of data. People or computers can find patterns in data, which gives them information and it enhances their knowledge about the subject. Information adds meaning to the data. Information is critical in sense. Now what does it mean here? Let's take an example to understand this. If someone gets your social account details such as user ID and password, he or she could use it negatively by posting offensive stuff in social media, which could harm your reputation. But if he or she just get some data such as some digits of your password, they cannot be able to use it. So these types of information must be confidential. This is the reason various encoding techniques and encryption is used for transferring and storing the information. It comes in the second level of intelligence hierarchy, which we'll discuss further. Raw data is relative because data processing often occurs in stages. So the processed data from one stage can be the raw data for the next stage of processing. Now we have taken an example of some numbers. The shown set of numbers is data, but it describes nothing because there is no context. We do not know whether it is the cost of some product, salary of a person, or the rent of a house. It could be anything. It does not add any knowledge to these numbers. Now, does it make any sense? Yes. If it is the sales of some product which is increased month by month, as you can see here, this is information. So information informs you of something you did not already know, or it is presented in a way that has meaning and is useful. So information is the data which has been processed, converted to provide a meaning, organized in some way. Now let's discuss the stages of processing the data. There are four stages of processing the data. First, input. Input is the data that is inserted into the information system. The second stage is data processing, in which the data is changed and manipulated in the information system. Third stage is output, which is the result generated from the information system after processing the data. And the last stage of the processing is storage, in which the data and the information is stored in the storage devices. There is a grade or quality is associated with the information, where some information has better grade than the other information. To decide the reliability of the information, you need to measure its quality, which can be done in four ways. Firstly, you can examine how much accurate is your information, how easily it can be interpreted, what is its relevance, and whether it is updated or not. So guys, here we have used a comparison chart to represent the significant differences between data and information. Data is unrefined facts and figures which is utilized as input for the computer system, whereas information is the output of the processed data. Data is an individual unit which contains raw material and does not carry any meaning. On the other hand, information is the product and group of data which collectively carry a logical meaning. Data is based on records and observation, as against information is based on analysis. Data is vague, while information is specific. Data doesn't depend on information. In contrast, information relies on data. Data is measured in bits and bytes. Conversely, information is measured in meaningful units like time, quantity, etc. Data is not arranged in any specific order, whereas information is properly organized data. There is no guarantee of the utilization of data. On the contrary, information is valuable and can be utilized. This is the last session of our video where we have lots of interesting facts about data and information. Every day we produce 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. That is 2.5 into 10 raised to 18 bytes of data. Each day 1 billion pieces of contents are shared through Facebook's Open Graph. More than 25 petabytes of data is processed by Google every day. Every minute we upload 48 hours of video to YouTube. Only 12% of the data is processed by the companies. We have an enormous amount of data from which we produce very concise amount of information due to the shortage of storage methods and devices. The digital universe would be of 40 zettabytes in size. And the most important one, the total weight of the data stored in the internet would be equal to weight of a strawberry. Isn't it so fascinating that there is a weight of the data? With the help of the Einstein's mass energy relation, which states that the mass and energy are equivalent to each other, we can calculate the weight of the data stored in the devices, servers, or a group of networks, or in the internet. We know that there is a specific mass of an electron, but unfortunately, we don't know how magnificent the internet is, what amount of electricity is required to drive it. A scientist theoretically calculated the estimated weight of the internet that could be equal to a strawberry. However, these stats are more than a decade old, and the present values must be more enormous. So guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. To further study this topic, follow the link given in the description. If you guys have some queries, comment us in the comment section. Please guys, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates from our channel.